What's the story mean? English is not my first language, so. Are we live? Can people hear us?
Yeah, they can definitely see it.
Yes.
Oh.
I was just about to kick it off. So I just want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. Tonight we're featuring Skrewball Peanut Butter Whiskey. My name is Shannon, and I'm a part of the New Hampshire Liquor and Wine Outlet social team. We have a really special event for you tonight as part of our 90 Days Around the World promotion. We've taken you all over the world to various different wineries and distilleries, but tonight we find ourselves in Ocean Beach, California, with our friends Stephen and Brittany, Stephen Yang and Brittany Merrill-Yeng, and they are the brand owners of Skrewball Peanut Butter Whiskey. We also have their teammate at Screwball, Carrie Harris, as well. We also have Mark Roy from our New Hampshire Liquor and Wine Outlet Spirits marketing team. So Stephen and Brittany are going to be leading us through a really great program. Carrie's going to be assisting with some tasty drink demos towards the end of the program, so be sure to stick around for those. And I'm here to share any questions with anyone that you see on screen tonight. So please be sure to leave those in our Facebook chat, or if you have joined us on Zoom tonight, please feel free to leave them in Zoom as well. So I want to just let everyone know on the Facebook side of things that there are some perks to pre-registering for tonight's event. So as promised, for pre-registering, you all have access to some exclusive giveaways during each event. So tonight, actually, we have all of our pre-registrants entered to win a $100 New Hampshire Liquor and Wine Outlets gift card, which are going to be announced via email. So those of you that are pre-registered, be sure to look out for your winner announcement over the next few days in your email inbox. And you know, before I pass it off, again, thank you for joining us. And I'll pass it off to Stephen and Brittany to get us started. And what can you tell us about Skrewball Peanut Butter Whiskey? I'm excited.
Hey, thank you so much for joining.
$100 New Hampshire Liquor and Wine Outlets gift card, which are going to be announced.
Oh, sorry, that was not my voice. So thank you guys for joining us. We know that you guys have such a busy schedule, especially after Thanksgiving, and find time to come and meet us. And we're super honored. My wife and I, we come from we're a small mom and pop, but what you guys have done, especially over holidays, I'm sure that you guys drink plenty of Screwball, have made us to be the hottest brand in America. And, you know, for us, we're a husband and wife team where, you know, people are wondering, how the heck did you come up with peanut butter and whiskey? I've seen, you know, a lot of comments, maybe this guy just drunk one day, laying on his couch, and then, you know, somehow sticking his hand into a jar of peanut butter and switching it with some bourbons, and hey, I should bottle this. You know, so, but, you know, I'm going to have to tell you my life story. So I was born in Cambodia, third world country, in the mid 80s, where there's an airborne virus that's similar to COVID that was going on. Fortunately, it contained polio. So pretty much I caught a flu, and then, you know, high temperature and body aches, and all of a sudden my leg became paralyzed. My right leg was paralyzed pretty much overnight, and it's permanent paralyzed. So my parents decided to give up everything and cross the landmine borders of Thailand. We snuck into a refugee camp, essentially a prison. Stayed there for about 6 years, and got sponsored by a random act of kindness by a couple that lives in Ocean Beach. So coming from a refugee camp and now in Ocean Beach, I could paint you a picture of how Ocean Beach looked like. You know, it's like a lot of deadhead, tie-dye, dreadlocks, flip-flop, flip phone, still flip phone. You would guess what type of business they're in. A lot of farmers and farmers and wheat farmers, but they are just some of the most genuine and nice people in the world. And so there I met Brittany, my wife. We met in elementary school, and when I was all skin and bone, the couple that sponsor us gave us baskets of food all the time. It'd always be some bread, peanut butter, and apple. And when I first tasted, I was like, that was the taste of freedom. I was like, oh my God, what is this? So good. So back then my accent was like that. So of course my accent has started evolving. And so, you know, when I opened my first bar when I was 21, got noticed from Guy Fieri, so we're on the Food Network, and then opened another bar, another whiskey bar, and just started. I've been putting peanut butter in fried rice and in wings and just everything I could get my hands on, just putting peanut butter, because for me that was a taste of freedom. And so, when we're expecting our firstborn, my wife and I was leaving home. I was getting home before sunrise, and then Brittany, she was leaving home before sunrise. She was doing pharmaceutical patent litigation, so she helps medicine become cheaper, working for generic companies. And so, when we're expecting our firstborn, we know that wasn't the life. We were most happy when we were together. So essentially, the peanut butter brought us together, and that's how Screwball was born. I mean, I tend to talk a lot, so I'll let Brittany explain how she's this amazing woman who created the name. One of the questions is, how did we come up with decide on the name? She created the formulation, the first peanut butter whiskey in the market. And then having a chemistry background, a mom of two, and we did something like an outsider that hadn't been in industry, did something to have a legendary brand. So, yeah, Brittany, did I fill everything, or I've got something else?
You're gonna let me talk? So with the name Screwball, really it was when we were coming together with this, I think it was really paying homage to where it came from. It like Steve said, it didn't come from your typical whiskey background with this long heritage of doing this past through families. It's really a modern day story. And so we paid homage to the eclectic crew of the restaurant that inspired, where the original cocktail was created. And then we put on the black sheep, and we have a lot of a little like Easter egg that a lot of people don't see is it's actually a black sheep leading a pack of white sheep. And that's kind of the idea, is that that you don't need to necessarily be off to the side and be an outcast just because you're a little different. It's being proud, and that's what makes somebody the Screwball.
Yeah, if you look at the labels, it's black sheep with chocolate and peanut butter swirl dripping, and we got a bunch of white sheeps in the background. They're leading the pack. So once you find your crew, there's the word crew in there. You're no longer that black sheep. You're no longer the misfit. You found where you belong, together with your own crew, where have the same beliefs, like thinking, same hobbies. So, and then this brand's for all. I mean, we've been raised to love peanut butter. Like young, old, male, females. This brand, most people could relate how much peanut butter means to their life. It doesn't matter what social status you're at or gender. Most likely you're going to love peanut butter. So that's why we call it the Screwball.
Yeah, no, and so we're seeing the comments come through, and they're asking about a furry van. Yes, we have Steve can talk a little bit about that. He has, we created a sheep van. So it's all decked out with shag carpet on the outside, just to make it very authentic.
It's just exactly like Dumb and Dumber. It's shaggy carpet van. It's a Mercedes Sprinter that we drove from San Diego. Actually, we were in New Hampshire. I think in September, late September, we were there. And it's shaggy carpet. The back is actually, I'm not sure if there's any kids on that. It actually have a butthole of in the back of the cheap van, and we shoot t-shirt guns out of that. So we're a Screwball brand. We should have fun. We should have responsible fun. And for us, the reason why we did this sheep van is that we saw that the country in the summertime, a lot of people were getting divided. And so for Brittany and I, we come from a very humble beginning. Her dad was in the military. She was a military brat, and I lived in a refugee camp and then came here with literally nothing. And so we got just a lot of random act of kindness, and we want to essentially screw it forward. So when COVID happened, we didn't think of, most people don't realize that we're such a small mom and pop. So we emptied our bank account. We donate $500,000 towards the children of a restaurant employee, a lot of service industry, and then gather tons of food and bags and donate locally also, and hospitals and fire stations and police. And also we made hand sanitizers, about 20,000, and then just ship it all across the US. And then when we felt that was not enough, it's easy to write a check, but also let's go out there and do a random act of kindness every single day. So that's the motivation for the van, the sheep van. That each town that we stop in, we make sure to donate about $5,000 to either either a food bank or do something just unexpectedly and change someone's life. And we realize also a lot of industry were also hurt by this. People that supported us either go in there and drop off a gift card that we could give thanks to the liquor stores or else, or places at Screwball, we tip the server for a whole staff, either 100, 500, and we even tip up to $4,000 for Pacific restaurants that we realize that they need more help. From what Brittany and I learned is that you have to be there when people need you most. And right now we need all to come together, and that's the motivation of the sheep van. Still going around the U.S. is that to be able to, one, when you see it, it's going, hopefully brighten your day. You're like, what did I just see? Is that just some sheep and carpet going across? And two, also to reinstill hope and kindness that there's still a lot of good going on in the U.S. So.
I think a lot of it was inspired by the reason we started the company was really to take this community that we had built on a really small level, local level through the restaurants and build that across the nation. And so that community was actually being completely taken apart and dismantled. A lot of people don't realize how much that impacted that industry. And so for us, it was about kind of keeping that community together in any small way we can. We know it's going to take a lot of other people coming together.
Hey, you're from the Northeast, right? Carl?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. I mean, you spent a lot of time there. And so our president of Screwball, Carl, he's one of the first people that believe in us. I mean, we're a mom and pop. Most people don't, to say that again, we're a mom and pop. I think everyone laughed at us. Majority of people laugh at us, not Carl, who is, have seen everything. And he just, this is going to be the next iconic brand.
I think going back to the name and the logo, that was really, part and parcel was kind of us coming out as a black sheep, and we knew people were laughing at us as the product too, right? People didn't know what to expect. They thought we were on the race to the bottom. What other thing are they going to come up with next? And I think it's been really amazing to see how people's opinions have changed and how people have embraced the brand and the product and seeing that there was something a little bit more to it.
Yeah, and you know what? Now I think there's 32 knockoffs later. So this is the fastest copycat brand out there right now. And so we're extremely proud of that. We get to work with like Carrie that you just met, and a lot of Screw Crew. We've been all together for such a long time, as long as over a decade plus, and being able to work together. You know what? We're mom and pop. At times we're going to have to stay in a van by the river. But you know what? We gotta make sure it works and make sure that we get our product. And we have such a great time going out there. And then just for all our fans, just what got Screwball going is that they know they drank it and wow, this is unexpected. And then that experience for them to now share with their loved one, their friends. You gotta try it. You gotta try it. And they're like, no, this sounds disgusting. All of a sudden they try it. Wow, that is delicious. And what's great about this is that you can mix with anything you want. This is the way, you think about peanut in like Asian cuisine, Thai, like a Thai salad, papaya salad. It's sweet, savory, spicy, sour. It mixes really well. It's not all decadent. Where you could do with a great meal, it elevates like an old fashioned, a Manhattan, which you could check out our website, screwballwhiskey.com, to find out. And Carrie's going to be doing some cocktails on it also to show us you could do.
Uploaded all of the new recipes, so you should be able to kind of click through. They got uploaded last Friday, so there should be about 40 new cocktails on there, and we'll be adding them if you want to keep checking back or follow us on Instagram or Facebook. One of the questions is about allergens and peanut allergens. And so this is kind of the neat thing about Screwball is that it is made from real peanut products. So of course there's going to be trace amounts of peanut allergen, but the exciting thing is it's just trace amounts. So we don't recommend that if you're severely allergic to peanut butter, you consume a whole bottle, although I don't know that we should have anybody consuming a whole bottle in one sitting. Steve's probably thinking something different. But yeah, so it's just trace amounts. I think, what was it? It was less than 2.5 parts per million. So it's not even really registering on
it's 2.5 parts per 1 million particles. So when we were going around presenting Screwball to, the rest of the country last year, I think we did like 40 something states doing presentations. And usually we pick up some people in the crowd and just be like, all right, who's allergic to peanuts? Who's allergic to peanut butter? And, we'll have a show of hands. So we actually volunteer them to drink in front of everyone, to prove that, if they're definitely allergic to Screwball, we even got peer pressure, do it, or screw it, let's do it. Screw it, just do it. And then, so, we have EpiPens and stuff, and we have a guy who could play a doctor, on just to make sure that they survive. And you know what? So far, we're batting 1,000. Millions of people have tried Screwball. I'm sure there's someone who their friends bought them the shots and be like, hey, try this. And they took it and they're allergic to peanut or peanut butter, which we got emails on. And all of a sudden, we're like, through our emails, and every time we get email back and be like, thank you for creating something. I thought I would never be able to taste peanut butter again. And so this is something that we're very proud of, something that we, and that's why, it has to contain peanuts. Because, we use quality ingredients, we use quality whiskey, we use, we sweeten it with natural cane sugar, not high fructose. Because, we want it to be, to taste like a chocolate peanut butter candy that we all love. And so, yeah, Carl, you can say?
Oh, go ahead.
That's up. You're on mute.
Okay.
For all the fans of the brand, the reason you probably are falling in love with it, same reason I fell in love with it. I was in this industry for 35 years, and it's a brand of the people, made by bartenders, for bartenders, but also just for people that enjoy a fun spirit. Is the strength of Screwball, you'll see it in a few moments, is its versatility. Steve mentioned it goes with anything. And with the holiday season approaching, I can't think of a better spirit for you to be associated with tonight, to get a chance to learn these cool recipes and how to really enjoy using the product in a wide array of cocktails. You can shoot it, you can have it on ice. That's how I like it. But there's plenty of ways to be a fan of Screwball. And we hope that you'll enjoy tonight's sampling here in a little while.
Yeah, no, and then the next question is if it's gluten-free. And so the whiskey base is actually from corn and barley. So barley does have gluten, but through the distillation process, most of that is removed. And again, we did some checking, and the final product itself is gluten-free.
I am seeing a lot of questions if there is going to be a fluffernutter version coming available soon. New England, I don't know if you guys even have fluff out in California, but it is a huge hit in New England. And so everyone's asking, is there going to be a fluff to follow?
It's marshmallow. It's fluff marshmallow.
Okay. Yeah.
I heard it was fluff.
Yeah, fluff. So it's basically marshmallow.
Yeah. No, we actually make a cocktail, actually a marshmallow as a cup, as a shot glass, and pour Screwball in there. That and then you could just also eat the shot glass. But Brittany could definitely answer to that. Dan said, please let Brittany talk. So I apologize. Brittany should be talking.
Yeah. So with that, for us, we kind of created as we would like Screwball to be synonymous with peanut butter, in the sense that we we wanted to do one thing and do it right. And so, you know, if we can do something to add, there's no need for us to just keep adding a bunch of products just for the sake of driving sales or anything like that. If we find something where there's a hole in the market and we think we can do a really home run job at it, then we'll do something. If not, then we don't really want to just add things just to add products.
Great. I'm sure we're a little disappointed, but we'll keep our fingers crossed and be on the lookout.
Well, like Steve said, we will innovate with the cocktails, as we have a lot of very talented mixologists that are constantly coming up with incredible, sometimes difficult, and then also sometimes really simple concepts. I always like the very simple ones because I'm like that.
Yeah, and you know what? With Screwball, it's just not cocktails. I mean, we're actually, you know, you could bake with it, tons of dessert, a lot of barbecue sauce. You can marinate with that. You know, you throw some salt, pepper, some Screwball, you know, and then, you know, like simmer it down and throw garlic and butter, and then that's like a great barbecue sauce. You know, and there's just so much versatility in Screwball. And so, you know, we definitely want to be innovative, want to be different, want to be unique. It was something that we could do that we think haven't been done, and just, you know, and that's something that we'll definitely do. So.
Great. We do have a question from our Zoom chat. David wants to know, this is a little bit related to that question. I know you don't want to branch off too far just yet, but is there the potential that you could investigate maybe a higher proof peanut expression? Just to keep it on flavor with your peanut butter, but maybe just do something higher proof?
I think it, you know, like we said, if we could create it and we think it's good, right? We just don't want to create something and then it be a watered down version. So, you know, that's kind of, it's definitely a possibility, but we would want to see what we could do to make it just right.
Awesome. Mark, there's also some questions right now about availability in our New Hampshire liquor and wine outlets, especially regarding some of the larger bottle sizes.
Well, I can tell you this is one of a few brands that we carry in every single one of our locations. If you go out to a store and you don't find it in one of our stores, reach out to me directly and I'll get that taken care of ASAP. We do carry it in the 50 ml and the 750 size currently. So also the 375 size is going in test right now. So the largest size you can purchase at this time is the 750 size. So stopping at any store and they should have plenty of it.
So Mark, we also have the liter bottles right here. You know, hopefully that gets to your market soon. So.
Sounds like the customers are looking for it. So.
Yes, sir.
We like to hear that.
Yeah, you know, so Kerry or Screwed Off, as he's one of our inspiration. You know, is I would love to show you some Screwball cocktails for our holidays, and you know, I'm sure that for those cold nights in New Hampshire, right? So. And
just to kind of preface that, for the holidays, we've created the Screwed Off character, which is the black sheep with a Rudolph nose, because Rudolph is another you know, Screwball, another little outcast that was in the day, was kind of the idea. The original Screwball, I guess.
Yep, right there, Carl got it.
And I did dress in the spirit of the sake of, you know, this is New Hampshire that we're speaking to, but make no mistake, I'm very sweaty under this garb here. This hat is hot, this sweater hotter, but if we're talking about hot, let me step aside because the hottest brand for your holiday season is going to be Screwball. So if you're looking to find something that's going to elevate your holiday times with family and friends, like Toucan Sam from the cereal says, just follow your nose. And in these dark days, what better way to shine on than Skrewball Peanut Butter Whiskey? So if you do bring a Screwball to a holiday party and people say, hey, this is great, we love it, but how do we use it? Well, look no further. Like Brittany said, we have a lot of mixologists that help us make very intricate cocktails, but also very easy ones. So I'm here to help walk you through a couple of them that it's going to be easy peasy, lemon squeezy, nice and easy for you to do for your holiday parties to make you feel like a world-class mixologist right in your own home. So the first one that we're going to go through is called Scrooged. It's our play with eggnog. So it's incredibly simple and incredibly delicious. So it's really simple. All you do, little Skrewball Peanut Butter Whiskey. It calls for 2 ounces. However, it's been, everybody's been quarantined. It is not working. All right, well, we don't need that. We've all been in quarantine for a while, so our tolerance has been up, and we've visited around family a lot too. So it calls for 2 ounces, but you know, our tolerance has gone up. Let's make it fun. A little bit of eggnog all the way up. Look at that, nailed it. All right. And then you're gonna garnish it, if you wanna get crazy, with a cinnamon stick, a little bit of cinnamon powder, and topped off with a little bit of nutmeg as well. And that is gonna guarantee for you to have a nice, when you're sitting around the fire and you're opening presents, this is gonna be a great way to start your day. But as it gets colder and darker throughout the night, we've got more for you. So the next one is just as delicious. We call this one the Screwball, you know, as the nose and the antlers would say. So again, 2 ounces of Skrewball Peanut Butter Whiskey. And then you're gonna top that off with some hot chocolate. This is the instant stuff, but that's just the way my mom made it. It's delicious. Top that off. And of course, anytime you get to use whipped cream is a good time. So a little bit of whipped cream on top of that. And everyone's a child at heart when it comes to Christmas time. So let's garnish it with a candy cane, and then why not? Let's get some marshmallows on top of there as well. So that one will keep you nice and warm through the cold nights. And once all the kids go to bed and say you're still not done because you know it's Christmas time. Most of us have another extra couple of days off going into the new year. So this next one is something that's our take on a classic, which is the Skrewball Peanut Butter Old Fashioned. And the best part about this Old Fashioned is it's incredibly easy to make. The Old Fashioned, oftentimes you have to muddle sugar. It takes a lot of steps, but with the natural cane sugar that resides in Screwball, it makes it incredibly easy. So you start with 1.5 ounces of, or 1 3/4 ounces of Skrewball Peanut Butter Whiskey. And you're gonna follow it up with some heat. We always like to use Templeton Rye because we love those guys, and you know we love our boozy cocktails. So it's gonna be 3/4 ounces of that. And this is where you can kind of make it your own. You can use regular Angostura bitters, but you can use the chocolate bitters. I go for the black walnut bitters because it really helps that peanut flavor pop out a little bit more. And the online recipe calls for 4 dashes. However, with the black walnut, I don't want to take away from how good Screwball is, and the black walnut can be pretty strong. So we're going to leave it at that. And then you're going to follow it up with the Cadillac of cherries, Luxardo cherries. You know, if you go to the bar, the bartender is going to give you 1, but you're making it for yourself. So go and give yourself 2. You're not going to be upset with it. And then I took the liberty of taking the orange peel and doing it a little bit earlier, so not to bore you with my time here. But it is important to squeeze it, and you get that orange essence and the oils into the cocktail. Swirl around, garnish, and then of course you can't forget to stir it because when you get that ice to melt a little bit, it really does open it up because Screwball is 100% whiskey, and it will open up as it should when you put water into it or ice into it. And that is definite way to get a closing night for your holidays with friends and family. And leave it alone, Steve. And if you guys don't want to get all that crazy, what you can always do is just a regular old shot of Screwball because there's nothing like the juice that's inside here. So oftentimes I didn't set it up, unfortunately, and I'm gonna get scolded for that, but whatever. Is you can take a little bit of Malden smoked sea salt on the edge of the rim there, and it really brings it out in such an incredible way as a salted peanut. And if you want to be immature, you can come up with all sorts of stupid names to go along with that. So these, all these cocktails are available on our website. If you follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok even, we have a lot of fun there. And you know, you could even come up with your own. And if you do, we would love to see what you've come up with, because you know, it's absolutely incredible what the internet has been able to do and show us with the spirit that we have here. It's been really awesome. So that being said, cheers, guys. Put my nose back on.
Carrie, does Screwball go well with coffee? I'm asking for a friend.
What's that? Oh, so yeah, and your coffee is the best way to start your day, because that's called the morning screw, because I mean, it never lets you down. It'll get you going in the right mood for the rest of your day. And that's all.
Well done.
We have a lot of comments about your sweater, Carrie. Is there is that available online anywhere? Is that an exclusive?
You can email me. No, I'm just kidding.
Unfortunately, you know, unfortunately, we you know, couldn't get it in time. So definitely next year we want to have that. But I know about it in the market. I'm not sure how we could get out, but our screwed off nose is where it's blinking red, and also our bag shine on. That you could gift that bag and it have the you know, to and from. Definitely have that. And then there's a bunch of you know, merchandise that you can also check on our store. But you know, but
so on the website we have some year-round items like shirts and sweatshirts and things of that nature. The bags that Steve was showing you, those will actually be out in the market. So if you go to special stores, they'll actually.
So.
Right. We had another question from Debbie on Facebook. She loved your original tagline, something along the lines of "Tomorrow's memories begin here," and she was just curious what happened to that.
Oh, we have a lot of taglines, like "Tomorrow begins right here," but you know what? We just tried to get the brand out there, like get screwed, you know. But I mean, we're more happy to maybe have a tagline competition. Who could come up with the best tagline? Because Screwball, you know, it goes well with so many stuff, like screw this, or you know, we could do like, you know, here's to you, here's to me, first screw you, then you screw me, you know. So much fun stuff that we could do, but I think that would be a fun contest to see.
Yeah, I think we love coming up with taglines. I think we have a bad habit of coming up with too many. So on our original bottle, that's kind of cool that you noticed that it did have that tomorrow's stories begin right here, but it also had the black sheep, misfits, and screwballs, and we added that one to the front just to kind of pay homage. Really, we love the cheers to all of you and to everyone that kind of identifies with the brand. I think one of the cool thing is screwball is kind of a term that's not really used that frequently. It's kind of a dated term, and it was kind of cool to start hearing people calling themselves screwball and using it in their vernacular, and kind of bringing back that word. So that's kind of why we did the toast on the front of the bottle.
Well, it's actually interesting because I saw something on the site regarding everyone's screwball moments. And Carrie, I won't share yours on the on the live unless you choose to do so. But I would love to know, you know, what your screwball moments were with launching the brand, or, you know, just everything going into all the work that you've done so far with this.
I would love to share my screwball moment. You know, it's very relatable. It's something that everybody has dealt with in their life. You know, I used to wet the bed, but I still do. So if anybody else like to share, just go ahead and type in the comments.
It's been crazy. Our team is never lacking for comedic relief and screwball moments. I think one of Steve's favorites is they got a forklift and they thought it was like right across the street, but it was actually across the freeway. And so they drove a 5-mile-per-hour forklift on the freeway to get it. And by the way, none of us knew how to operate a forklift. So it was
Yeah.
Quite a dangerous experience.
Yeah, just driving down through a freeway, you know, and we were like, it's just only across the street, guys. It's only across the street, but you know, who know how 100 feet away is quite a distance when you're on a forklift. So
He likes to constantly mention that we have quite literally risked our lives to bring this to market.
no, I mean, I just remember when we're cleaning out the tank, you know, and then and clean out the tank where we're distilling, where we're mixing our batch, and I didn't air out the tank, so it's all this you know, the acetone in there, and I went into the tank, crawl into it, all of a sudden, you know, I was about to pass out because all the fume right there. And that was one of the Screwball moments where I almost died doing a first batch of Screwball.
So yeah, we would literally like pretty much hand put it together. We were working out of a very small distillery to start with, and it was all bottled by hand, everything done. You know, like you said, cleaning out, getting in there to clean out the tank.
He climbed out the top hatch so fast, I didn't know how he was that strong, but he popped out like he was my. It was unreal.
And Brittany, you probably watched the Screwball, probably, you know, when you're like 8 months pregnant, telling everyone to groups of hundreds of people, sometimes thousands, you know, like, hey, drink whiskey. It
was very sobering. Yes, we were all on the road last year. We have a now 3-year-old, but at the time we had a 2-year-old daughter, and I was 9 months pregnant, traveling the country, telling everyone to drink whiskey, and reminding them of the consequences of drinking too much, I guess. So.
Awesome. It looks like we also have a question from someone on Facebook regarding the drinking glass. And if you're going to be drinking it, you know, neat or on the rocks, if there's a certain glass that, you know, any of you prefer for tasting purposes.
You know, whatever gets you screwed responsibly. But what I actually prefer, and our team prefer, is that we love a celery stick, which, you know, you can find at home. And then, and you could screw each other by putting the stick like an ice luge, and you just pour it in each other's mouth, and that's such a fun, interactive way.
So you want to the glass.
Like ants on a log type of thing. Ants on a log, but with Screwball and celery, and you know, it's healthy also. So.
We didn't reach out to Guinness Book of World Records, but we should have, because over the summer we did, in fact, engineer it over 25 foot long with toothpicks and celery sticks, 25 foot long celery luge that we did off of a rooftop into the front lawn. And I don't think it's ever been done before, so we definitely have the record. Just it's not a
So like Carrie said, we have fun on TikTok.
And I was going to say, for people to keep up with what's going on in Screwball, every day on our social media feeds, you'll see all kinds of new recipes, new ways to share experiences with Screwball. We'd love to hear from our fans. We have a site. If you go to info@screwballwhiskey.com, we'd love to hear from you. You can send an email, share any successes you have. We've got some of our best ideas from our flock of fans. One way to consume Screwball has been really popular, especially in the summertime, is hard seltzer. So Truly, for example, you can mix a berry flavored hard seltzer like Truly with Screwball peanut butter whiskey and get a peanut butter and jelly inspired drink. And it's very natural, easy to make. So even though we're talking about holidays today, Screwball is a 12-month a year-round way to consume the product. There's all kinds of creative ways, and we want to hear from our fans. So please get in touch with us on social media, like our page, and we'll share a lot of great fun things with you about the brand and where the sheep fan is going to be. I know what the band's going to be.
And I think Jack Preston asked how many calories per shot, and Brittany, can you answer that?
If you go to info@screwballwhiskey.com, they'll provide all of that information. I'm forgetting it off the top of my head, so I don't want to misquote it.
Like low 80s, like per ounce.
I want to say it's 70 per ounce, but I don't want to misquote it.
Yeah,
so that's
maybe 79 or 71.
Yeah, you guys got us surrounded. It's right around there. Yep.
Yeah, it's around per shot. So it's actually not that much calorie. So.
I'm loving all the taglines you guys are coming up with.
Yep, 78 calories per ounce. Thank you, Javi from San Diego.
Yeah, puppy.
They
All
want
right,
us.
so without sharing any of the behind the scenes details, what would you say makes your production process unique?
A lot of it is really, we just have our proprietary formula for the flavors. I think one of the things that when we started this, so we had this cocktail that was made with real peanut butter and whiskey. And as we started, experimenting with doing something a little that didn't necessarily use just scoops of peanut butter, we thought, oh, okay, well, you can make any flavor, right? Like, let's just make a peanut butter flavor. And we got laughed at by every research and development team at every flavor house. And they were saying, sure, I'll give you a peanut butter flavor and then I'll retire, because if I could create a peanut butter flavor, that is the most requested flavor, if you can imagine. And it's very impossible to replicate. And so it's one of those things that you don't think about until you're actually, in this process, that there's a sweet, savory, creamy, all of these different things that you have to balance properly. And we also wanted to make sure that the whiskey came through, so that it blended well in the drinks. And so that was a very long process. And so that's really our secret sauce. And when we were very successful, everyone, or when we started to take off, they were like, that's great, but then there, some big companies just gonna go and make a peanut butter whiskey and you guys are done. And we predicted that they would have a hard time really getting that flavor profile just right, since it took us so long, and we put a lot of effort into that. And we still believe ours is the best tasting one on the market. We've been very proud to be able to stand behind that challenge.
Well, we don't believe it. It's just that we got awarded. We're the most awarded. We also got the tasting.com rating. We're the only one in the 90s. We won, the SIP Awards, the Consumer Award, the New York Wine Spirits Award, LA International Spirits. So any awards that is out there, we have won for. No other peanut butter whiskey have won any awards besides ours. So, for us, we're extremely proud that we're a small mom and pop, and be also to give back what you guys have done to support us. We're able to give back. And, we'd love to bring the sheep band out there once this pandemic end, and maybe host a block party or a tasting or whatever we could do to just as a personal thank you for you guys believing in us and also supporting us as, small mom and pop.
Based on the positive feedback that I'm seeing on both the Zoom and the Facebook, I think that everyone would be signed up for that. Just bring along the sweaters, the marshmallow shot glasses, and everyone will be there.
We got each other.
Yeah.
We got each other. So in the sheep band, like we said, there's that time we have to, sleep in the van by the river, and then our AC heaters doesn't work. So, we're resourceful.
So before we move on with any more questions, I did want to introduce everyone that's listening to the 90 Days Around the World promotion that we're currently running. So events like tonight, where we have Screwball, which has been super fun, and I'm excited to go home now, or well, I'm home, but make these recipes myself. We're actually offering someone the chance to build their own at-home bar with a $2,500 gift card to the New Hampshire Liquor and Wine Outlets. So not only are you going to get the gift card, you're also going to get some one-on-one guidance from our team of experts. So you can be sure that you're picking all the right products to stock your bar. And based on the responses tonight, I think Screwball will be one of those products for that winner. And so entering for the chance to win is super simple. You just need to head to your app store on your Android or Apple device and download the Scavify app. And that is spelled Scavify. And you're basically going to earn points for every event that you join with us. Just by entering a code word. which we will be including in each event. So I'm sure everyone that's listening has been waiting for tonight's code word, and that is black sheep. So it's two words, black sheep. Very fitting for tonight's event. And so the more points you earn, the bigger the prizes that you'll be entered to win. So the $2,500 gift card is just the big prize. There's also countless other prizes on the lower tiers as well. So very exciting, very, very exciting. And we're super happy to have you guys here. There were a few more questions if you didn't mind answering. It looks like actually this is more or less a comment, but we have someone on Zoom that's saying that they're actually doing some baking with Screwball. Have you heard of that in your time?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
no, that's a favorite. And we're actually going to be releasing for this month. There's going to be a Screwball sprinkles cupcake that you can order for family as well. So they're gonna they've mixed it into the frosting. But yes, we've seen all sorts of things, and like Steve said, in the cooking as well.
Anton, thank you for the kind comments. You know, again, Brittany and I are from very humble beginnings, and you know, even before Screwball, from the bars and restaurants, we always tried to give back, and now we're blessed financially to be able to give back even more. I mean, this Saturday there will be Christmas parade where actually Brittany and I have met, where you know, they're struggling to find donations and fundraisers for you know, because they couldn't do it during COVID. So we're able to step in and help them do a Christmas parade that is, you know, where they could do it socially distanced, where, you know, where the float stays in one place and the car do a drive-through. And we're excited. We're proud to be part of that also, to help that. And you know what? If there's a charity that is close to your heart, we're open for suggestion to give back into New Hampshire also. If there's anything that we could help, and that's something we will always love to do and continue on doing. And with the home bar, can we also include? We have some Screwball tins and shakers and some signs and stuff. I would love to include that with the winner also. We could, if we're allowed to, offer that to the winner to give it a Screwball touch to that. So for the home bar team, thanks, Mark.
We got the double thumbs up from Mark. I think that would be great. I think everyone would be really excited, you know, to receive that. And I think everyone here is just so thankful for all that you've done, in addition to providing some really, really great whiskey. We do have a few more questions, if you don't mind, before we let you go. Someone is actually asking Brian on Zoom, how many years you've been available in market?
You want to take that one, Steve, or do you want me to?
It's, I mean, we've been working out for years and years, but you know, I started doing peanut butter whiskey in 2004, you know, in my bar, in, I think like 2014. But with real peanut butter, but you know what, it's been available in the market since June of 2018. So, and we were first to market. And, you know, and then I think that up until about 8 months ago, we were the only peanut butter whiskey on the market. And now there's 32 peanut butter whiskey on the market. But you know what? The thing is, like, you can't beat quality, or we didn't rush into creating something. So, you know, everything's been thought out. So we truly appreciate all the continuing support.
And based on that that feedback to your product, with you know, competitors releasing 32 additional products, what is there any trends in the industry that you're seeing that, you know, one, you would like to potentially give a try, or is there also some that you see and you're just totally against?
Carl, Brittany? I talk too much because Dan Preston said I talk too much. So
yeah, look, I think we probably have a few whiskey and bourbon aficionados that are on. Sorry about that. I'm back. Give me a second. All right, you back? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Sorry about that. So I've been in the industry for 35 years and seen a lot of things come and go. Brittany alluded to this, and they're very, very humble people, right? Besides being grateful for the community of fans, besides being very generous, this is a real American success story, right? You've got the only brand, I've been in business 35 years, the only brand is both female owned and disability owned, right? Steve's situation with polio. But I can tell you that this love of working together, they did something that people in the industry could have done a long time ago, but didn't know how to do it. And Brittany with her Masters of Chemistry and Stephen having the bars and restaurants to really try and perfect this over a 3 to 4 year period to get it right before it went out to consumers. We cut no corners whatsoever. Brittany and Steve will never do anything that hurts the brand in terms of any cost savings for ingredients. We get the best ingredients, use the best products possible, because it's all about the consumers. The consumers try something once, and that's their first chance to enjoy the product or to move on or stay with it forever. And we're hoping that we're building a community of people that are proud to be associated with Screwball and really, really love the product. And that's really what it's all about. So
to that point, I'd be curious, just based off of some of the responses tonight, if you would be interested in maybe starting some type of a community, like a Screwball community. I know that some of the other competitors have things like ambassador programs. Is that something that you guys would be open to doing? I think you could definitely get a good group of Screwballs in the New Hampshire audience for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean we call ourselves the Screw Crew, and the more Screwball we have in our crew, the better. So love to start something like that, the Screw Crew. So
that's awesome. You already have the name picked out. I love it.
absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, no, we love to do like a block party or a tasting. We'll don't mind driving it all the way up there, and then just personally thank everybody. Maybe we could do a little barbecue or grill out or something. Sometime next year, cooking with Screwball and drinking and all just getting to meet each other. So, well, I mean, again, Brittany and I and our team, Carrie and Carl, are truly blessed and thankful that you guys are here with us and also just supporting us and believe in us and, picking up a bottle when most people frown on it. Are you kidding me? A peanut butter whiskey? But you guys, when we got in, I think that you guys made the right choice. So we could not thank you guys enough again for your time right now. And also, we hope you had a happy holiday. So.
Yeah, no, and that's what we've been so grateful for is that, unfortunately with the COVID, we haven't had as much getting together, but the success of our brand has really been from individuals that have tried the product and sharing it with their friends and creating that crew and that community and passing it along. And we are forever indebted to all the people that have continued to share it with their friends.
Well, I think we have pretty much answered most, if not all, the questions. I want to thank you guys, Stephen, Brittany, and Carrie, for joining us tonight. Carl, thank you so much. We've had so much fun tonight. Like I said, I can't wait to start whipping up some of these cocktails for maybe, a small Christmas gathering or something like that. I think everyone, just proven by some of these comments are just so grateful, to your brand. And I look forward to seeing where you guys go from here. I also want to thank Mark for answering some of the questions regarding inventory and the store, availability tonight. And so for those of you that are still watching, if you enjoyed tonight's event, please be sure to pre-register on our 90daysaroundtheworld.com website. That's going to give you all of the details that you need. And it's going to basically allow you to have full availability to all of our upcoming events. I want to remind everyone again, tonight's code word is Black Sheep. So we've got a handful of really great events coming for you in the next few weeks, including a tasting with LaBelle Winery, so keeping it local, as well as some exploration into the tastings of gin with Uncle Val's. So be sure to get onto that 90daysaroundtheworld.com site so that you can pre-register and have the ability to win some really great prizes. Tonight's was a $100 gift card to the New Hampshire Liquor and Wine Outlets. So you got to get on there and pre-register. We want to thank you so much for joining us again. Thank you, Screwball, for joining us. I've had so much fun, and I'm sure everyone here has enjoyed themselves. And yeah, so everyone have a really great night, and we'll see you again tomorrow night for the next event.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a wonderful night. Thank you.
Happy holidays.